Hi, my name is Heather, and I wanted to make a second video today because I wanted to do a more upbeat video and talk about things that I do to combat my major depression disorder. And these are things that I do, not necessarily when I'm feeling really depressed. When I'm really depressed, there's nothing I can do. And I literally nothing I can do but just lay in bed and disassociate from the world. But we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about things that I do when I'm just mildly depressed and, things that I do to try and make myself happy. So, things that I try and do to make myself happy are things like crocheting. I love to crochet. So, this is one of my things that I crocheted. This is a square for what's gonna be a blanket. It's got a little skull in it. I love it. And then all the little blocks are gonna be different colors. It's gonna be magical. Um, and this is something that I made during lockdown when we were in COVID for my son. It's a llama. It's called Lulu the llama. Love it. She has a little bow in her hair. I made this. It took forever to make. And I do not know if I will ever make another llama ever again. But it was fun to make, and the end result when you get done doing something like this is so satisfying, and it it does make you feel very accomplished, and it does give you a sense of you know a self-worth, and I did something really good. um so maybe try and find a craft that you like. Learn a craft, learn how to crochet, learn how to knit, learn how to cross stitch, or loom, or do something with leather. There's paint. There are so many different things that you can learn how to do. YouTube is a great place to learn how to do things, or pick up an instrument. Instruments are great. I am not a musical person. So that is not a good avenue for me. I love listening to music. I just am not musically inclined. So I can't pick up an instrument and do it. But, maybe that's what's for you. And maybe that's where you'll find some fulfillment. And, yeah, try that, try something to make yourself, feel a little bit accomplished. And it'll give you a little bit of self worth. Another thing that I do to, help myself and make myself feel a little bit better is I like to read it. Um, Now, this kind of it is a disassociating kind of thing, because you're going off into a different world. Um, but I do love to read, and I love getting immersed in a different world. So here are a couple books that I love. One is Labyrinth. I love the book, and I love the movie. Um, I have loved the movie since I was a child. It is my favorite movie. I love David Bowie, and I am unapologetic about it. I actually have a tattoo that has a quote. It says, "You have no power over me." It has purple on it, for fibromyalgia awareness. And yeah, so obviously I'm a super fan. And another book that I love is a book that my mom gave me. It's an older book. It's great true stories of crime, mystery, and detection. And I just love it. It has a wonderful cover on it. Um, And it just has like really interesting, mystery stories in it. And then another book slash books that I read pretty much every year, and I don't know why, but I always read them like during the fall. And I think that it's because that like these books like start and center around the fall time. And it just feels right to read them during that time. But it's the Key series by Nora Roberts. And yeah, so um, it's a magic, fantasy, romance series. Um, I love it. It may not be for everybody. I think I've read one other trilogy by Nora Roberts. Wasn't as good, not as big a fan, but for some reason, I absolutely love this book. I'm also a big fan of movies. Like I said, I love Labyrinth. Favorite movie ever. And I like the movie Ready Player One. Recently, for some reason, I'm really into Atomic Blonde. I know that it didn't get great reviews, but I love it. Whatever. Come for me. Um, but yeah, I like it. And then there are now all of these things that I've said aren't very social things to do. And I will admit that during my depression, I have pushed away pretty much all of my friends. I have like 2 friends, and that's it. All the rest of my friends I've pretty much just stopped contact with. And it's not that I don't love them or care about them, it's just that I just haven't had the energy or the will. I mean, I could barely take care of myself, let alone, you know, foster relationships. I mean, I could barely, foster a relationship with my husband and my son, let alone foster relationships with friends. So, um, but going forward, now that I'm feeling better after my catatonic state, I am going to definitely be focusing on being more social and, you know, making friends and trying to, fix the relationships that I did have if I can. And, um, you know, trying to do that, um, you know, and, you know, try and be social. Um, Try and, pick up a craft. Um, do something that is going to make you feel worthwhile. Um, like picking up an instrument. I am not musically inclined. Uh, I love music, but I can't play an instrument to save my life. So, that's not for me. That's why I crochet. Um, but, hey, learn to crochet, learn to knit, learn to, play with leather or paint, um, color in a coloring book. Uh, do something that brings you joy. Look for joy. Look for something that's going to make you feel accomplished. And have a great day. I love you. You're worth it.